everyone, Melissa here. Thanks so much for coming back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a Yin Yoga class for the lower body. So go ahead and get on your back, rolling one vertebrae down at a time, nice and slow. Bring your heels a little closer to your hips. We're going to roll onto the outside edges of our feet, letting the outsides of our knees fall gently down towards the floor. You can bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. And we'll just start to deepen our breath here, making our inhales and exhales longer than they'd normally be throughout your day. Noticing how your hands rise and fall with each inhale and exhale, filling up the belly and letting the air rise all the way up into your chest. And as you exhale, let everything out. Exhaling completely. And in Yin Yoga, we're typically holding poses for 2.5 to 5 minutes. So it's important to find a balance of going far enough, but not going so far that you won't be able to sit comfortably in each pose. So if you would normally have your heels all the way up and nice and close, in a normal yoga class, you're taking vinyasa or hatha, then I encourage you to push them away just a bit, just so that you can surrender into this pose. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Focusing on your breath here. Let's bring our hands down to the outsides of our knees, bringing them together like a book. Knees pointed up towards the sky, feet flat on the ground. And we'll wiggle our feet out a little wider than hips distance. Bring your arms out to a T, palms facing the ground. We'll start to drop our knees over to the right, and then back over to the left. Just windshield wiping the knees here. Slowly moving back and forth, opening up the hips. Deep breath in, long breath out. The next time your knees are over to the left, we'll settle there, turning our gaze over towards that right hand. Just letting your knees drop over to the left, hanging heavy here. Just a nice gentle twist. still breathing deeply. Let's turn our gaze back up towards the sky. Bring your knees up and over to the right, letting them hang. Turn your gaze back over to the left, bringing your arms out to a T, or if that wasn't comfortable for you, go ahead and bend at the elbows, framing the head with your forearms, coming into more of a goalpost position. Palms are now facing the ceiling. Now in Yin Yoga, we're not actively forcing ourselves into any of these poses. We're just letting the natural weight of our body, coupled with gravity, weigh it down a tiny bit more. Just allow yourself to surrender into the mat and continue those deep, full breaths. Let's turn our gaze all the way over to the right, stacking your left arm on top of the right, followed by your left knee on top of the right knee, pausing here in the fetal position. We'll use our top hand to press into the ground, bringing ourselves all the way up. We're going to scoot the left heel in nice and close to the booty, step the right foot over that left knee, and then you're going to stack your knees on top of one another. Your feet are flexed out to either side, knees pointed out right in front of you. Wiggle both sit bones down into the ground, sitting up nice and tall. You can rest your hands gently on that top knee or down on your feet, anywhere that feels nice and comfortable. Breathing into the nice stretch you feel all along the outsides of your hips, the glutes, maybe even in your inner thighs. Continue those deep, full breaths, the long inhale and a complete exhale. From here, we're going to wiggle that left heel out a bit so that your shin is more parallel in front of you. We're going to stack your right ankle on top of that left knee, letting the outside of your right knee fall down towards the ground. Flex both of those feet, wiggle the sit bones back down into the ground, sitting up nice and tall, or if you'd like a little bit more, you can hinge at the waist, falling forward over those legs, coming onto your palms, maybe your elbows, but remembering to find the balance of going far enough so that you feel a nice stretch, but not going too far so that you won't be able to surrender into it. Yin Yoga is all about surrendering. Deep breath in, long breath out, maintaining your focus on the breath. It'll help you get through these deep, beautiful stretches. If you walked forward, let's bring ourselves back up. We're going to kick our left foot out in front of us and bring the bottom of our right foot to the inside of our left thigh. Let's reach our arms forward and up, stand nice and tall. We lead with the heart and bend over that straight leg. You can let your spine round, tuck your chin to your chest, and let your head hang heavy. Breathing deeply as you melt a little closer to the mat. Let's bring our hands flat on the ground underneath our shoulders. Use them to bring ourselves up nice and slow. We're going to wiggle that right foot out a bit so that it's at a 90-degree angle. Swing your left leg back to create a 90-degree angle there as well. So the top of your left thigh and your right shin are in line with one another. You can bring both of your hands back behind you. Start to lean back into your palms. If you'd like, you can come back onto your forearms, but that might be too much. So try coming back onto your palms if that feels like it's too much. Should feel a nice stretch all along the top of your left thigh. Breathe there. Flexing both of your feet to help protect your knees. We'll start to come up off of our palms, scooting that right heel in nice and close. Swing that left leg all the way around to stack your knees on top of one another again. Flexing the feet to either side. Coming back into what we call a shoelace pose, just like we did on the other side. Wiggle the sit bones down to the ground. Sit up nice and tall and just breathe. All right, I know that one's a tough one. We're going to wiggle that right leg out a little bit so that it's nice and parallel. Bring your left ankle to stack on top of your right knee. Coming into a double pigeon or fire log pose. Choosing to bend at the waist and walking your hands forward a bit if you'd like, or choosing to sit up nice and tall. Either one is great. Continue those deep, full breaths, breathing into the outside of your hip and your glute. Taking care to flex both feet, protecting your knees. Deep breath in and a long breath out. If you walked your hands forward, let's bring them back in, bringing ourselves back up. We're going to kick our right leg out in front of us, bringing the bottom of our left foot to the inside of our right thigh, which is not what I did here, but I'll switch and meet you there. And we'll reach our arms out and all the way up. Lead with the heart, bending over that straight leg. You can round your spine, tuck your chin to your chest, and hang heavy over that straight leg. Let's bring our hands underneath our shoulders, use them to bring ourselves all the way up. We're going to wiggle that left foot out for the 90-degree angle, swing the right foot back for the 90-degree angle on the other side. Top of the right thigh in line with the left shin. Bring your hands back behind you, leaning back as much as you'd like, coming down onto your forearms if you choose. Soaking up the sun, maybe if you're outside. If you're inside, just soak up the energy around you. Breathing deeply here. Deep breath in and a long breath out. And we'll come up off of our hands. And let's swing that right foot around so that we can bring both of the bottoms of our feet together. Scooting our heels in as close as comfortable, wiggling the sit bones down into the ground, sitting up tall. Let's start to bend over our legs. Let your spine round, let your chin tuck into your chest. And if you'd like, you can start to bring your forearms underneath your shins, turning your palms up towards the ceiling. Kind of just helps you weigh down a little bit deeper without any effort at all. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale it all out. And continue your focus on these deep, full breaths. Now let's remove our forearms from underneath our legs and very slowly start to roll up back to seated. Bring our hands to the outsides of our knees, bringing them together like a book. We'll shift our hips forward a bit so you have room behind you and slowly roll down onto your back, one vertebrae at a time. Straighten your legs out in front of you, let your feet splay open to either side. Arms are down by your sides as well, palms facing the sky. You can roll your shoulders open so that your shoulder blades are flat on the mat and your heart is reaching up towards the sky. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you and let your breath return back to normal. Resting here in Shavasana for a few minutes, allowing your body to absorb all that we just did so that it can reap the benefits of each and every pose and all of those deep, full breaths and that undivided focus. Start to slowly awaken the body by wiggling the fingers and toes, rolling out the wrists and the ankles one way and then the other. Maybe shaking your head from right to left, wiggling out the legs. If you like that big morning stretch, we'll reach the arms up and overhead to the ground behind you. Reach the toes out to the ground in front of you, coming as long as you possibly can. Then bringing your knees in, rolling from side to side. Falling onto either side, coming into the fetal position for just a breath or two. Use your top hand to help bring yourself up. Coming into an easy seated pose, maybe crossing the legs in front of you, sitting up nice and tall. Let's bring our arms out and all the way up, palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands down to heart center. I hope that you've cultivated a little more peace, patience, and positivity throughout your practice. Namaste. Thank you guys. I'm Melissa. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you are reminded of every video that I post. New videos every Monday. Feel free to let me know if you have any requests for next time. See you then.